the natural effects, it's probably the most powerful, unique, and most fun tool in a world machine. I find some similarities with creating in maybe other applications, but not at the level that world machine can provide. So this is actually one of the strongest, and we'll use it all of this specific in tutorials. So right now we're just going an overview properties of this. So first we'll look on erosion. And erosion have an input as a height field, so we can take advanced purlin combined to this one. Let me remove the materials from this and just add output. So erosion, it's provide natural erosion to the terrain that you created. So let's open and look on the values. You notice right here we have a different type of the methods. Okay, and it is standard erosion that applied, or if you want to have a little bit deeper channels, you just select channel version. This will apply a little bit more heavy in channel type. And of course, because this is erosion supplied mostly by the weather, rain, or other ones, some kind of liquid effect, this is what's simulated. So we have it erosion filter type, that we have it no filter preferred at all. It is it's just optional, but it is applied to each step to change result based on the terrains we're using. So next we have a simple terrain. It's a simple smoothing is performed on the terrain. Well, it's kind of good for the wet type of the climates. So for example, we have it in jungle or other things, we'll probably want to use simple filter. Inverse filter, this is actually enhance, enrich each of the water droplets. So it's gonna be better suited for like ice curving, maybe something in the mountains where the glaciers was going. So this is probably one used inverse. Okay, we have it inverse base duration. This is simulate amount of the time eroded on the terrain, so we can go very high. Also, notice that we can kind of select, we cannot type at the time, so hopefully in the future, but right here you can set quite a bit extensive. So next we have the rock hardness. It is how difficult in which water available to break these rocks on a small part. So the harder rocks will have a sharper effect on this, so less smooth effect, and softer rock, it's more smoother on the edges, less sharper effect. Okay, segment carry amount, it is a value of how much segments can be content in a flow of water. So think about this, it's how much take values from the higher terrain and move to the lower them. So we can increase, and you notice how much we start losing right here from the point, but same amount of the values in the word machine will move these values below. So it's how much carry. And of course the filter strength, it's how strongly to use the filter and a filtering type. So for example, inverse filter, this is filter string will apply how strong use this filter. That's so we can apply a lot inverse, or we can just go slightly. Okay, next randomizing, it just helps us to randomize random seed. In some cases you notice before we can type, in this we cannot type random seed, so it's in this, at least particularly in this erosion simulation, so we cannot type the random seed. Right here we have our presets, so we have already created presets for us that we can use it. Or example, you can save your own and also preload it before or share it. Okay, how you notice right here, we have it only up to 200. So what if I want more? And this is geological time enhancement. It's what help us. This is will dramatically increase time of the effect. So for example, if you say, hey, this is not long enough, I want to create more, you can go right here and see how this erosions will apply over a very extensive long time. So it's help you to create more dramatic effect of erosions on your terrain. Okay, we also have a different type of reconstruction type. It is how this effect how to reconcile the long-term erosion effect. Right here we have two choices: adaptive, which is produce the sharper terrain, but it's have it more artifacts can produce, mostly on the small details, and interpretive, which is a little bit blended, create a smoother type erosion and reduce some of those artifacts. So if you're going for the sharp effect, I do recommend just try adaptive, and if you find some artifacts, kind of very sharp edges, you can always switch to interpretive to smooth out those effects. Okay, we also can scale independently from them and use the original style mask output if you mask provide. So next we also have a channel erosion parameter. So right here we have how deep we want those channels to be. Okay, and post channel erosion will specify percentage of the erosion to perform after the channeling is done. So we can specify a little bit higher effect. So again, this is properly, it's very fun to play with them. So I do recommend for you maybe open try apply terrains, different ones, and see how erosions work. And we have a different ones, so let's look on other ones in next tutorial.